Okay, so I have been working a bit on Masque, and I've gotten a few things done. One of the things that I got done, let's see, let me get this running. One of the things that I got done was adding a forehead to the site. I call it a forehead, but really it's kind of like a, I don't even know. It's a container where you can put like paginate, or you can put like breadcrumbs or pagination, anything really. But yeah, I created a component. It's an SSR component, and it takes a prop called with back. And if you include with back, which is just a boolean true or false, then you get this little back button, which uses the Next.js router to perform a route back method. So yeah, pretty cool. You can see kind of nice little functionality. Go forward, we go back. Okay. One of the things that I got done with the uploader was to, I'll show you here. I modified the look of it. So in the past, I kind of have decided that I think because this is an art platform, every post should have no more than one item, one piece of media. I think that's probably a good thing. That's probably the way to go. This also simplifies how I display images and videos. So I was using a carousel that has this custom background here, this kind of blurred background. And now I'm not using a carousel anymore. So I still have functionality so that if I ever do want to make it so that posts can have multiple pieces of media, that code is still there, that functionality is still there, all that wiring is still there. All I'd have to do is include multiple pieces of media in my TRPC call, which is a create post call, which takes post data and then also media data. And then it would create multiple references, and then I would just have to, on posts, take in and map over every single piece of media in a carousel. But for now, I think, and probably, honestly, indefinitely, I would guess, I won't go back on this decision. Every post is going to include just a single file. So the uploader, you drag a file in, you get a preview of it. I created a component, which I will show you here. This is pretty simple. I call it media view. This is just a component that literally takes in a type, so whether it's a video or an image, a URL, which is again the address of the image or video, and then you can also modify the container with class name. So it literally just returns one of two components within a container. And I haven't, let's see here. So right now the video frame is not sitting in a container. It's going to get its own container. But it's pretty simple, right? We're taking in this image, and then we're rendering behind the image a div that carries, or takes the full width and height, the full size of the parent div, and then renders that image again. I wonder how this works, because we're rendering an image here with the URL and then also a background image with that URL. Now, if the browser is smart, which I don't know if it is, it should only make a single call for that image, and then it should reuse it in both places. Now, I don't know if that's true. That would be my guess. If not, I'm going to have to find, let's actually see how this works. So we'll refresh. We get this image here. Which I don't think I can view this image. Type with P. Yeah. So we're only getting, here, let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. This is a local image, so it's not going to make a network call. I can test this out on posts. I have not implemented media view on posts. I'm using a separate component, but I will certainly use that soon. Okay, another thing that I added to the uploader, if we do this, originally I was just temporarily showing a progress bar for the upload progress, the upload thing, upload progress. Now we can just say caption. When we click create post, there will be a loading spinner, or a loading bar. And then also I added explicit material. So I've created, in our Prisma schema, I've created on post a column called explicit, and this just tells us whether or not the post is contains adult material or nude photography or something like that, and we give it a default value of false. So yeah, you can choose whether it's explicit or not. We can do the caption. You can see we get a loading bar here. That was a really small image. It was a WebP, so it won't take too long. I'll do this again with a large image. Let's do a 10 megabyte image. Let's just add a caption. Create post. You can see we get a nice little bar here. So for people with slow internet connections, I actually didn't even have to do that. I could have just modified the network speed, or simulated network speed. Okay, so we have this. We can go back. I added a Discord link, which works. So if you want to join our Discord, you are free to do this. I added, or I modified the edit profile page. It's no longer just edit profile, it's edit profile and account. These may get split out in the future. I have this idea that I want a tab view within account and profile settings and preferences. So I can literally just put account, profile, and preferences all in the same place. But another thing I did was add a preferences page, which I have not added. A nav item for or anything like that. There's no way to get to it besides through a URL. Let me add this to my tasks. Let's see. Let's call this nav, and we'll say add preferences link. And there we go. Okay. So, okay, you can change your explicit content settings. This uses React or TanStack form. This is I actually just started using TanStack form. I used it for the login page, and I use it for this. And today I built a new join page, which I'll show you in a second. But you can modify your content viewings preferences or whatever. So if we just reset this, the way that this works is I initialize the user's preferences through an SSR component, or from an SSR component through into the client form component here. And we essentially do a check. We say, hey, anytime these form values change, we check if they're equal to the values that we get through our TanStack query. And the query is initialized with that data we passed from the SSR component down to the client component. And this tells us something, right? With both this TanStack form state is dirty and this check against the query data, we can determine whether or not this data is different than what's on the database. It is possible for these things to get out of sync, but not from a user's perspective. There's really not a way that this could happen. I think you'd have to modify the database details directly, and if the query hadn't refetched and gotten fresh data, before a user makes modifications to this, then it can get out of sync. But you can see we have explicit content checked. It says preferences updated. If we refresh, we'll see we actually get that, and I'll show you. We'll take a look at this query here. This is our preferences query. When it starts fetching, it'll change color to blue, I believe. We'll do this, save, it'll turn blue, get the fresh stuff, and then overwrite. It doesn't overwrite the form state. I wish I could do that directly, but we can at least make a check against the fresh data and the form data and see if they're equivalent. And if they're equivalent, then we make it so that the user cannot click Save Changes, and we get rid of the reset button. Super cool logic. I will show you what that looks like just quickly here. I want to kind of move on. Okay, so here's the form. You can see here we have this mutation that actually makes changes to the preferences. We create a query which is initialized with these preferences that come from the preferences page, right? You can see here, we just get the preferences from TRPC or through TRP or just from Prisma directly. And then We essentially just use some combination of use effects to make checks against that data. Now, there are probably better ways of doing this. I don't doubt it. What I was trying to do here was kind of like something an intermediate web developer would do. So I don't doubt that there are some issues with what I've done here. There was one problem. When you're comparing two objects that don't have the same reference in memory, you have to use some sort of method for you have to use a special method for comparing object values. Now you can, I asked ChatGPT how to do this, and it gave me a function called deep compare, which essentially compares all the keys and values, all the key value pairs in two objects, and then returns a Boolean telling you whether they're equivalent or not. But instead I decided to use Lodash since I already use it. You can see I use Lodash ES. And then I just used is equal to compare those two objects. Okay, so now moving on, let's go ahead and take a peek at our join form, which I need to add a link to join from the login page. Let me add that to my tasks. Okay, I've got quite a few tasks to work on. Could probably kill quite a bit of them today. Although I want to work on reactions a little bit after this. I guess there's actually one more thing I have to do. But anyways, let's go take a peek at join. Whoops. So originally the join form was using React hook query, but now, whoops. Now join uses TanStack form. So TanStack form is pretty cool. We essentially just, I'll show you here. Take a look at the form here. Okay, so if you take a look at what we're doing, we have a TanStack form. We're using a form schema, this join schema that I defined in this validation file, which, by the way, some people might put these things somewhere globally so they're easier to find. I actually don't think this is a good idea if you're planning on having a large project. For small projects, it makes sense, but I think for large projects, scoping things that are needed to where they're used, if they're only ever used there, is the way to do things. So anyways, we have this join schema, and we use a Zod adapter, and if any field in the form fails a validation, the form metadata is updated to reflect this. And specifically, I'm referring to the errors on the form object. And then you can literally just take those errors and then render them out, or any other meta information, into a component of your choice. I used a component I called field info, which I think in the examples they use the same name. But anyways, yeah, it's pretty cool. One of the things that I had in the last form, which I brought over to here, which it was super easy to do it, oh my gosh, I love it, is this password strength component I created, which essentially just displays a ZXCVBN score for the current password. And it was super easy to get this state value. We literally just take the field.state.value, that's it, and then pass it in. It works perfectly. I also wired up the terms of service agreement. Yeah, I wired up the terms of service agreement. This one was kind of weird because on check change in these shadcn checkbox, and I'm sure in other checkboxes, the value returned from an on change event is either true or false or indeterminate. I'm not sure why, I have no idea. So I literally just type check the result, and then if it's a Boolean, then we just go ahead and make a change to the field value through field.handle change. Pretty cool. So I'll show you. Whoops. There is some stuff I want to add to this. Like, for example, I want to debounce the form validation so that you're not getting errors the moment you start typing just because your thing isn't satisfying the conditions. Display name. That one doesn't have it, but username has it where it has to be at least 3 characters, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, it works well. Everything's working good here. So let's go back to log in. I actually need to did I change? Let's take a look. Okay, so we just get rid of dumb imports. Whoops. Now what we want to do is we want to delete join and just rename this to join. And everything should work okay. I'm just going to check this just to be sure. It never hurts to check to make sure you didn't break something serious. This whole time, my music widget app has been so loud, I realize. I'm going to turn that down. I just want you to barely hear it. I apologize. Not that anyone is watching, of course, but, you know. Okay, so now we have our new join form. Cool. Everything works okay. Okay, let's go ahead and log in. Okay, so one of the things that we want to do, I'll show you. We have better auth. Let's see, we have hooks. Plugins, hooks. Okay, so one of the things we want to do is we want to implement, or I want to implement a hook. So if we go into libauth, we can create a hook. I'll just call it hooks TS. And then we can see that all we have to do to create a hook is create an object where, oh wait, hold on. I am dumb. This is going to be called plugins. Yes, right. Okay. So we're going to call this I guess we'll call this create preferences plugin. Or just preferences plugin. Okay, and then there's a type here, better auth plugin, which we get from here, right? No. Oh, wait. Okay, and then we include hooks on this, which here, so after, so it takes an array of objects, and then each object has a matcher, which is just a function. It takes, do that. It takes a handler. I'm just gonna return. So we have a handler function, Context is possibly undefined. I have to be able to path. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, so the problem I'm having here is that we need to wrap this in create auth middleware. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna copy this object. Let's see if theirs works. But mine does not. Yeah, it clearly does not work. What? I might have to come back to this. This might be something not functioning yet. Okay, there we go. So this is what the request looks like. Yeah, this is all kind of maybe not something I should be working on right now. Yeah, maybe not a good idea. I'm gonna have to read into how the hooks work a little bit more or talk to the creator. But this is okay. Let's go ahead and we have plugins TS. Okay, we don't want to add this. Let's just delete this for now. Okay. What I want to do is I want to work on the reactions, because I do have some problems with reactions right now. So if we go to profile, let's take a look at our posts. That's right, I don't have any. Okay, so you can see right now we're running into an issue where reactions, so it shows we're taking we should never be receiving an object like this. We need to go ahead and take a look. Go to post, reactions, and you'll see reactions takes initial reactions. But if we go to post, you can see we take reactions, but okay, so that seems to work okay. I wonder if I create more posts, because I don't think the problem is on these posts, right? The problem is we're getting bad data into the component. Let's just go ahead and just do this. Yeah, so if we go here, Refresh. Right. So the problem is only on the post page. Huh. Let's take a look. So post reactions is just an empty array. Good. But the problem is that when we get a non-empty array, see if we can't break this. Okay, here we go. So now it's broken. So here we get a non-empty array. This is a problem. Let's go ahead and go to so we're getting post page. From data we have post reactions. Okay, so we get reactions here. Let's go ahead and console log reactions. Right. Okay, so just, okay, I found the problem. This is pretty easy though. We just have to filter these reactions. We literally want to reactions, and then we set reactions. Now we have reactions, so then we want to say reactions equals reactions dot filter reaction, and then reaction dot wait a minute, reactions is possibly This is messy. Is this a dumb way to do this? Probably. But anyways, let's go ahead and say where reaction count is greater than 0. There we go. That should work. Because now we have just empty array for reactions. Let's oh, this is fucked up. There is no Here, 1 second. Okay, I think that so get post reactions no user. There should be a commit history just for this file. Of course you can't see what I'm saying, but that's okay. I will see about this. Okay. Oops. Okay, I don't know if this works. I'm gonna have to test this out. Okay, let's see. Just You know what? Let's just do this. Each one of these functions here, show ya. Let's just copy this. So if we say constant thing equals await Prisma, we can take a look at this. Prisma. Why is it not getting the type? So I can't get the type off of this one. I bet you I can get the type off of this one. If you look here, it's get post reactions.result. And that's why this one has no problem. It satisfies it okay. This one has no problem. Okay, reactions can be get post reactions.result or get post reactions no user dot result on array. But that's the thing, is like this doesn't even satisfy it. Because do we even know what this is? Wait a minute, how are these types? So we have number or null, number or null, boolean or null, boolean or null. String. This is odd. Or there we go. I think that solves it, no? Whatever, I'm not bothering with this. I am just straight up not bothering with this. Okay. Seems to be working okay. Oh wait, okay, well, it looks like we have a functioning thing here. There are some things I have to add. Say profiles. Add edit banner. That could be a fun project for today. Lots and lots of tasks to do. Okay, why don't we do this? There's quite a bit of work I have to do on the edit profile picture functionality. Like, for example, the component I have needs to be split up into a bunch of different components because it's so complicated. It's like one of the most insane components you'll ever see. And the way I want to do it, probably I'll just use Jotai. But before I edit banner functionality, I probably need to yeah, we're gonna want to split up the edit profile component. Let's see. Reactions. Fix glitch on post which shows no reactions on mount. That one's done. What else? Okay, let's just do this. Separator. Oh, you know what? We need to add, how do you add like checkpoints on a page? You know, where you add like pound or hash or whatever and then some ID there. I could probably do that later. Let's see. Oh wait, I probably don't need to do that because I'm going to be splitting up settings and all that, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and see. We have, this is going to be like all the profile stuff. We're going to say profile banner. Okay, let's see. So if we go to edit profile and account, we can see you know what? Whoops. Okay. So we have profile banner now. Okay, let's go to, let's see, banner. What do we call profile image uploader? Okay, let's see. I always kind of struggle with working on this kind of complicated stuff. Not the brightest developer. All right. So let's say class name. Yeah, this keyboard's hard to type on. Okay, there is one more thing I want to add here. Oh wait, I think it's just called fill. Yeah, okay. Let's see. href or source. Actually, I don't know how to do this. I want this container to... Here, let's do this. Let's put this here. Why does that not work? Oh my god. Oops. Fuck. There we go. There's literally just a matter of adding a width and... Why is it doing this? Can we not? Why is there a minimum size for this image? That doesn't make any sense. does this fucking happen? What's up, kitty? What you doing, kitty? What you doing? Huh? Come here. Can't stand on my... Can't stand in my view, okay? Okay, kitty. Nope, can't be up there. You gotta get off my desk. Yes, kitty. There we go. Boom. I was using fill wrong. Cool beans. All right. So if we go... What kitty? What kitty? You okay? Oof, your breath is kicking, buddy. Whew. Yes, you a handsome kitty. Yeah, good boy. Okay. Look how insane this file is. This is like the most insane. Stop. Alright, now that we have this done, alright, now the fun and beautiful, I sarcastically say, part. Because this is going to be just a nightmare to work on. I don't look forward to this at all. Okay, look at this component. Oh my god. Before I do this, I'm going to just quickly hop into ChatGPT. I'm going to show it this component. I'm going to say, hey, how can we split this component up into multiple? Because this is like... Hello, kitty boy. Hi. What, kitty? Huh, kitty? What are you doing? Hi. What's up? You know, even just looking at this shit, I'm like, fuck, this is probably not even worth messing with. I'm gonna be real. This is probably not worth messing with. Not right now, at least.
What are you doing, stinky boy? What are you doing, stinky? Was that pretty good?
Okay, I think a good first step to splitting this up is to pull some of this state out into a local, a more global local state like Jotai or something. Um, Man, this is just so complicated. There's so much going on here. So you can see, like, we're using a use debounce effect. We have a handle submit. We have a handle reset. I wonder if this will break anything. Okay, we're good. But yeah, we have a handle submit, which is pretty complicated. Like ideally at the top of this uploader, you just have the file that you can upload, or you don't have it. And then, child components can handle the actual, like, storing a file reference after dropping it into a drop zone, storing the canvas. And then, when those things are ready, you just update the file so that at the top level of this thing, you're only ever just dealing with the one file. So basically, like, nearly all of this can just get moved out into another component. So when we submit, resized image file, this is, oh, we don't even store it in state. Because when we do this, let's see, we upload an image. And it changes to looking good. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, I say state.ts or just atoms, I guess. I kind of like. Okay, now we can go ahead and just start doing this. Let's close this and this. There's just some state up here that we want to move out. So you can see all this, like image, error message, set upload image, stuff like that. Well, that's weird. Uploaded image is not really an uploaded image. It's just a selected image. Man, the component state here is rough. Let's do this. Let's take a peek. component render? Renders a fragment. So okay, so let's go in here. We're gonna say uploader selected image, and if we go back up to uploaded image, oh whoops, okay, client uploaded file data uploaded by string or undefined. So what does this come out to? If we take a look at uploaded image, we get when the client has uploaded a file and pulled for data returned by on upload complete.
Let me show you something. Why didn't you listen to me?
I'm a little confused by my own work here. Honestly, I probably should not be streaming this. This is like the most unreal, boring thing ever. But that's okay. I'll just keep doing it. So, let's see, we have... I don't even know. Presence, portal. Dude, this is so